Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, world, and welcome to episode 50 of Ball Don't Lie. I didn't think we'd get here, folks.
Thank y'all for sticking with us, y'all for putting up with us each week.
I thought we would have gotten canceled by then, Starkey.
Yep.
Because we speak the truth. The truth shall set you free. Sorry, I couldn't speak there for a second. Folks, we have a lot to talk about tonight. NFL is going berserk right now. My team sucks. I hate the Cowboys. I'm currently wearing a Bengals jersey right now. Sorry, Dad. I know you'll be listening to this tomorrow. Who they going to beat them Bengals? NFL is going on. College basketball is picking up. We're getting, day by day, we're getting closer to March Madness.
Yes, we are.
And I'm going to go ahead and say right now, the first two rounds of March Madness is the best day of my life. Like, that is my Christmas.
Yes. The opening weekend.
Because it's always like on a Thursday. Because it starts off on a Tuesday and a Wednesday with the playing games. And then you got it starts at 11 a.m. Thursday, 11 a.m. Friday, and it goes to midnight. And guess what? I got to be at work. I already told my boss. I'm switching my desk to face the TV. Don't care. So we're going to talk about a little bit of college basketball, some stuff going on with our teams. Memphis, Arkansas, and Ole Miss, of course. And then we're going to be leading into NBA. We're at an all-time high. We're at an all-time low right now in Memphis, folks. We suck. We got to sell the team.
It's a Dickens novel.
We'll get into more details here. Got a segment tonight where we're going to do is, at the end of the show, we're going to go by NBA divisions and rank the current jerseys versus the old jerseys. Stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. Starkey, I think you said you had a shout-out when we saw
I do. Before we get into the show, I want to give a big shout-out to Eric Buffy of our sister podcast, The B Team. Happy birthday, our guy.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday, Big Eric. Happy birthday. You're one step closer to death. 30. It's all downhill. How's it feel being the older one out of the three of us?
I don't like it. I don't appreciate the reminder, if I'm being honest.
I mean, you're already 30, so.
I'm already 30.
I mean, we're just getting a little closer day by day. But happy birthday. Oh, so sister, so Eric and them are the girls. So we're the brother.
Well, I didn't know if they were called the sister podcast or the brother podcast.
I don't think it really matters. But hey, that's a good shout out there. I texted them this morning. I didn't even think about giving them a shout out on the podcast. Yes, I love it. So let's start off with college basketball. Sorry there, folks. Had to clear my throat. We had a little rivalry going on Saturday, Starkey.
Yep.
The Hogs went down to my alma mater, Ole Miss.
Yes, they did.
No, I'm sorry. It was in Fayetteville. My bad. I got it confused. And those powder blues almost walked out with a W.
But they did not.
They did not. I mean, Arkansas, they were up by 19 with like 7 minutes left, and they practically gave it away. They've only won by like 5. It was terrible.
Y'all tried.
Dude, it was atrocious. I mean, but luckily we did get some good news. Y'all think y'all are gonna be getting some bad news here, but we got some good news.
Yeah.
Nick Smith Jr., our top 5 player going to the NBA, is apparently going to be back sometime this week. Either he's not back, he's not currently playing tonight. So the rumor has it he could be playing on Saturday against A&M, and if not that, he'll play in next Tuesday's game. But scary moment for y'all's best player, Memphis boy, Matthew Morrell.
Yep.
Who should have still pisses me off, Penny. Penny chose Lomax over Morrell.
Yep.
That still pisses me off to this day. Ended up going out with a bad knee injury, going to the basket. Couldn't put any pressure on it. They haven't ruled him that he's not playing tonight, but they have not said anything on his knee.
Yeah, he's been ruled out for the night. Still no official word. Scares me to death because it's been 3 days and still nothing.
Because, I've been checking sideline to sideline account for Ole Miss, and I guess the guy who runs it hasn't posted anything on it. Guess his sources aren't. Guess his sources aren't telling him anything.
Yeah, well, we'll have to get on him about that. Whenever his sources say something, he'll definitely post it out for sure.
I guess if Ross Bjork was still the AD, he would let him know. I hated Ross Bjork. I hated that guy. Memphis Tigers got a great rivalry win though on Sunday.
Yes, they did.
Dude, Kendrick Davis, love that guy. He's okay. So my one issue with him is he's not that efficient from the field as we think he is.
No,
he was 4 of 10 from the field, but where he got his points was all from the free throw line, charity stripe. He was 10 of 12.
Money. He's money from the free throw line. Absolutely, the guy you want shooting free throws.
And then Landers Nolly got humbled,
which was absolutely hilarious. He
really
didn't even do the post game handshakes. He just walked off back to the locker room.
Yeah, he was embarrassed because this Memphis team, because this Memphis team that he said that sucked. He was the best player on it. They're doing better without him, honestly. So
yeah,
I was riding around during lunch today. I was sitting at my desk and saw, I don't want to sit riding, but I was going through my desk at lunch today, and for some reason I follow Monty Bates on Facebook. Don't know why, I just do. So I'm going through it. Monty Bates says, "Big game tonight. Need everyone's support." They're playing Toledo. I'm like, oh, let me pull up and see how Monty Bates is doing. Let me see how the basketball team's doing. I was like, oh crap, they're 4-15.
Yes,
because I remember this team went toe to toe with Michigan the very start of the year. I'm like, okay, they gotta be doing pretty decent,
right?
No, they are terrible. But I mean, theoretically, Amani's having a great season.
Amani's killing it.
He's averaging 19 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, and 1 assist per game. He's shooting 34% from the field and 76% from the free throw. I'm sorry, 41% from the field, 34% from three, and he is shooting 7 threes a game.
Ooh.
Hey, man. If I'm an NBA scout, I'm liking that a little.
Yeah.
6'10". He's shooting 34% on 7 threes a game. And right now, they are currently up by 3 against Toledo. I was talking this earlier. Monty Bates now has 29 of their 39 points. He's 7 of 9. Hey, Starkey, 7 of 9 from 3.
Hey, shoot, man.
And granted, he's not playing the best talent out there. But, right now, I did some more looking into it. He's still projected to be either a late, like a 30 pick overall, or a mid second rounder. So Amani Bates is not going to be the number 1 pick like everyone how he was projected to be 2 years ago.
No, absolutely not.
So let's jump into college. I don't know if we covered it last week, but Ole Miss got some big transfer news.
Yes, they did.
So y'all have a quarterback competition. I think we did talk about this. I can't remember.
I can't remember
my
either.
brains. But y'all are gonna have a massive quarterback battle.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's gonna come down to Jackson Dart and Spencer Sanders, the transfer we got from Oklahoma State.
Darts, no. Who's the guy from LSU y'all got?
Walker Howard.
It's gonna be Walker Howard or Spencer Sanders.
You think?
Dart's gone.
And then I
know you were excited for because next year y'all are right now crystal ball to get Walker White, the number 4 quarterback in the country from Little Rock Christian.
As of right now.
Rumor has it now with the Dan Enos hiring that he's that's going to his crystal ball prediction from 24/7 Sports is going to go away and come to a piggy.
See, honestly, I could see that because with Walker Howard coming in, Walker Howard has 4 years of eligibility left. So
correct.
When Howard came in, I figured that would affect the Walker White signing.
And then we were speaking earlier on Eric. Eric's going to love this. Eric already knows this. I meant to text him Monday. Ra Thomas made headlines Monday morning.
Yes, he did.
Ra Thomas, former Mississippi State legend.
Yes.
Who all state fans love dearly to their hearts, was arrested overnight on Sunday night on a felony charge of false imprisonment and a misdemeanor charge of family violence. I've been still trying to look at what you can do to get a charge of false imprisonment, so I'm reading into that and see.
Yeah, keep looking into that one and give us an update next week.
But anytime you see the word felony, that's not a good sign.
No.
And I don't think Kirby Smart's the guy that's going to put up with that. So I would say 100% that Ra-Ra's future with the Georgia Bulldogs on making it a three-peat is
non-existent.
Going to look very slim.
Yeah. Completely agreed.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
I don't either.
Let's jump to NFL now. Great weekend.
Absolutely.
Texted my dad on Saturday. He was looking happy. He was so happy. He's like, yes. He was treating me the arrow chops emojis. The little tomahawk thing, whatever it's called. Seminole chop, I don't know, whatever it is. And then about 10 minutes later, Patty Mahomes goes down. And everyone's like, oh my gosh. Anytime you see a guy get rolled up like that, you're like, oh my gosh, is it a broken leg, a knee, ankle, broken ankle? Well, he just sprained his ankle, which if you played a sport with a high ankle sprain, it might as well be broken.
Yeah.
It is. I've played with him before in basketball and football. It's one of the worst injuries to overcome. That's like a month and a half recovery.
Yeah.
It's like 6 weeks. It is terrible. And one thing I've noticed with Patty Mahomes, how they've been running this offense more and more, is he's using his feet more and more. Mm-hmm. He's running. He's scrambling. He's doing shovel passes. He's doing read options. He's doing the veer. And let me tell you, with the skill set they have there in the backfield with McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco, dude, that's a golden backup right there.
Oh, yeah.
And RIP Clyde Edwards-Helaire, one of the most overhyped fantasy running backs in history.
Yeah, he's burned me multiple times.
Remember, his rookie year, people had him as a top five fantasy player going to the draft.
I drafted him his rookie year. I drafted him in every single one of my fantasy leagues.
So, and then you see him go down, and then you're like, okay. And then he was down for about an hour. Then you see him and Andy Reid get into it. Andy's like, no, sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Patty throwing a little temper tantrum, which I'd be pissed too, but I'm not going to let the fate of my future, who you literally paid the biggest contract to in NFL history, to ruin it.
$500 million.
Here's the thing, too. That team, you should be fighting against the Jaguars without them. And Chad Henne proved that, leading them on a 98-yard touchdown drive.
Hey, man. Anything is possible, all right?
Anything is possible. I love that. Did you just think of that, or did you hear it from somewhere?
No, that's from Travis. I gotta credit Travis Kelce with that one.
I love it. So it just amazes me, like, that offense, anybody can thrive in it. Andy Reid can make you, who has no high school playing of football, and make you an all-pro quarterback.
Sign me up. Let's do it.
He knows your skills. He knows he can make anybody. He's a genius. Hear me out. Would you say that they are better without Tyreek?
Ooh, I have not thought about that question. That's a good one. I think they've had to get more creative without Tyreek just because they haven't had his speed. But I don't know if overall, if they're top to bottom better. So,
it's a year-by-year thing. This year, the Chiefs went 12-5. They went 14-3 last year. They went for 12-5. His completion percentage went up 1 to 67%. His yardage, passing yards, went up about 4,000 yards to 5,200. His average yards of attempts average completion went up to 8.1. He threw 4 more touchdown passes this year and threw 1 less interception.
But there you go.
And he had 4 rushing touchdowns this year, 2 more than last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can make the argument.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, the argument's for sure.
And
I think not having to rely so much on Tyreek has helped that offense overall.
So, and they also found players to help around him. They added Corey. I mean, they added Juju Smith, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 2 guys there, and you added Sky Moore, who has been a bust. Valdez-Scantling only had 687 yards, and then you had Juju Smith, who showed flashes of the rookie year Juju.
Mm-hmm. He did.
I'm sorry, second year Juju. This year, Juju had 933 yards for 3 touchdowns. So, I think they did get better this year. Because, I mean, if you look at it, all Tyreek Hill is he's a speedy guy. He's just a deep ball threat.
Yeah. That's very true.
And Travis Kelce, the ageist wonder. I love Kelce.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, let's stick with the AFC. Bills, Bengals. The game that was the most underlooked.
Yes.
Dude, I love Joe Burrow. Better get them refunds ready. How do you not love this guy?
Has there ever been a big moment where he is just not just the coolest guy on the field? Like the spotlights, the big moments, it's never seemed to phase this guy.
No. I love it. Like, dude, I'm literally betting on the Bengals this weekend. I'm betting on the Bengals win the Super Bowl. They're my Super Bowl pick. I love it. I'm here for it. As long as Joe Burrow is the quarterback there, they're fine.
Yeah, agreed.
And as long as Joe Mixon can do his thing, they're good. So, my thing is, a lot of people had the Bills as their, like, Super Bowl favorite team. The Bills sucked. Josh Allen, 25 of 42 for 265 and an interception.
It was going to catch up with him at some point.
Was it because they lost their coach, the OC of the Giants? I can't think of his name right now.
Brian Daboll.
Brian, yeah. Could that be the reason why? I think it is.
I mean, you look at what we said early on the season. You look at what Daboll's done with the Giants this year. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Well, granted, if you do, this is my theory. If you have a healthy Saquon, anything's possible.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's a good point.
And they have a stacked defense. But back to this. It's not having a running game hurt them.
Yes.
And here's something a lot of people didn't think about, losing Von Miller when they did.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that the Bills, before Von Miller's injury, they were the 5th in QB pressure?
That doesn't shock me.
After his injury, they dropped from 5th to 24th.
Ooh, that's worse than I expected.
And it's bad when your quarterback is your leading rusher. Because hear me out, we've all lost our quarterbacks before. All it takes is one hit, either in the pocket or running, and your season's kaput. I get Josh Allen 6'5", 6'6", 240, 250. All it takes is one hit.
Yep.
It takes one hit, and your season's done.
Yeah.
And then you had
Absolutely.
Dawson Knox was relieved. Dawson Knox, hey, I'm glad he finally started coming on. That shows me good. That shows a good thing for next year. And then you have the whole issue with Stephon Diggs. I don't know if did you see this?
I heard about it.
I remember. So after the game, there were coaches still in the field coming into the locker room. Stephon Diggs was already out. He literally threw his pads off, threw his helmet down, put on sweat clothes, and he was gone.
Yeah.
Duke Johnson had to run after him to get him back in the locker room for the post-game stuff, and then he dipped out.
The last we've seen of Diggs in a Bills uniform.
No, they're going to keep Diggs. This offseason, though, they need to.
I think Diggs will force his way out.
Where's he going to get? He forced his way out of Minnesota.
He's done it before. I mean, he thinks he should be the number one guy.
Which is still the only time an NFL trade's ever worked out perfectly. Or a trade in NBA, NFL, MLB history where both teams won. The Diggs and Justin Jefferson trade pick. But then I don't think there's no way you can. They just signed him to a max. I forgot what his contract is. They just gave him the bag. But this offseason, there are two things they need to look at. Offensive line and running back.
Yep.
They have no running game. They just gave him a 4-year, $96 million extension this last offseason. Where are you going to find a team that has that much cap space or willing to give that to a – how old is he? That's going to be willing to give it to a 20. He'll be 30 by the end of the season.
I don't know. I'm sure some super cap hungry team will take it on for a couple of ones.
I mean, shoot, Starkey. He had 11 touchdowns this year. That's a career high.
Oh, yeah.
He averaged 30. I mean, I don't know. I could see him wanting it, but I don't think they're going to be able to move him. Just for the fact, I don't think they're going to find anybody that's going to be willing to take on that contract. But let's talk about the Bengals, though. Joe Burrow, 23 of 36. Joe Mixon, 20 attempts for 105 yards. Jamar Chase, touchdown. Hayden Hurst, 30. And here's the thing with their offense, they have so many weapons. And here's the thing, their offensive line is crap right now. They literally spent all their money. They're all hurt.
Yeah. And they're still rolling.
If they can get to, I think Jonah Williams is out for the season with a torn dislocated knee. He may be back by the Super Bowl. May. But if you can get your offensive line back in the Super Bowl, dude, I don't care who if they play the 49ers, they're going to get destroyed. With the second string offensive line. It's going to be just like last year. Except of Aaron Donald coming to get him every play, it's going to be Joey Bosa. I'm sorry, Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa, sorry.
Nick,
But man, when they get that running game going with Mixon, it's done.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got Samaje Perine, who is that guy's built like a train.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he holds the NFL, the NCAA rushing record.
I've forgotten that.
Melvin Gordon broke it the week prior, and then next week, Samaje Perine broke it. We're into that for a different day. But those OU teams with Baker, actually, they were so stacked.
Yeah,
we didn't even realize it. But dude, I'm riding with Cincinnati to go all the way. Let's jump to the NFC. Giants, Eagles. I ended up taking the Giants. I will let you get the predictions here in a second, but the score recaps. But I took them as my reach just because I was like, you know what? Miracles can happen. They didn't happen.
It did not happen.
I don't think the Eagles are that good. You can criticize me for it. Here's the thing they did. They literally dared Danny Dimes to throw it. They said, hey, we're not going to let you beat us on your feet. You're going to have to throw it to beat us.
Yep.
He was 15 of 27 for 135 yards. Biggest thing for them this offseason is they got to get him weapons.
Yes. Because
real fast.
they can't carry that team on his back for much longer.
Well, my thing is, it's going to be how much do you pay him and how much do you pay Saquon? You can only franchise tag one player.
Yep.
Do you franchise tag Saquon or do you franchise tag your quarterback?
Ultimately, just prediction here. I think they tag Jones. I think they work out a deal with Saquon.
I think they will too, because running backs are a lot harder to get franchise tag. But shoot, if I'm Danny Dimes, I'd be okay, franchise tag me. That's fine. I'll take a little payday. I mean, look at Kirk Cousins. That man made billions getting franchise tagged every year by the Redskins.
Yep.
But dude, they definitely need wide receiver help. With them, I'm literally going wide receiver 1, wide receiver round 2.
Yep. I don't think you have much of a choice.
Give this man weapons. Hey, by the way, do you know who the leading rusher for the Eagles was?
I feel like I should know that.
Running through the M, Kenny Gainwell. Finally showing out like he did at Memphis.
I heard it was his best game.
It was his best game in his career. I love it. Let's jump into the sad game. I hate Dak Prescott. I want Dak out of the Cowboys uniform. You will not win a Super Bowl with him. Explain to me this. How does a quarterback who missed 5 games still lead the NFL in interceptions?
No idea, but that's impressive.
Granted, he didn't have he lost Amari Cooper, but CeeDee Lamb became a god this year.
Yeah, CeeDee went off for sure.
Everybody knew who you were going to throw it to, and CeeDee still came down with the ball.
Yeah,
it's Dak forcing stuff. He's making terrible reads, and if you pressure, I think it all goes back to his injury when he snapped his ankle. He's scared to take a hit in the pocket. Granted, the last one he was running, got tackled from behind, but I think he's scared to get hit.
And we've seen that before with different players at different positions. Once you have a major injury like that, it messes with your psyche.
And then we should have been down by 2 at halftime. Should have been down by 2, but Brent Maher, I think I would like to see him back. I'm not going to let the pass kicks. Once you get in your head, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Ended up one of his extra point. His extra point ended up getting blocked. But hear me out. It was going to get blocked either way. I mean, it wasn't going to be. It wasn't going to block. It was going to miss it either way. They were saying where he kicked it, where the guy blocked it was on the far left side. They're like that ball was going to miss by 10 feet to the left.
Yeah.
And then Tony Pollard ended up getting hurt.
Get off the field.
Yeah, and then we had Tony Pollard snap his ankle or snap his leg.
Yep.
So great. Which I love Zeke. People are hating Zeke. I'm like, dude, you got to think. Zeke was the best running back for like 2-3 years in a row in the NFL.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, he's taken so much wear and tear on his body.
Yeah. Well, he was the entire Dallas offense forever.
And he's put on more weight to take the hits. So he's carried the ball 1,900 times.
Oh, that is a lot of wear and tear.
In 7 years. In 7 years, sorry. This year was his lowest amount of carries in his career with 231 carries, 876 yards. His lowest rushing yards attempts was lowest average ever was 3.8 yards per carry. But he had 12 touchdowns.
Yeah. A lot of those had to come in the red zone though.
They did. Zeke has been our red zone guy. My thing is like he's never been a speedster per se.
Right. He's a bruiser.
And he's a bruiser. That's why he's been so good in the NFL. And he's had his moments, but I think it was early success with the great offensive line to start his career off. But after that, it's just been wear and tear. He's getting older. He's put on more weight to take the hits, and he's not as fast.
Right.
I was telling you earlier, dude, before we get into that, let's talk about the last play of the game. I don't know what the crap was that. First off, Dalton Schultz, what the crap are you doing, man? Why are you not dragging your feet?
I don't know what was going through anybody's head on that play.
I think he thought he had more room than what he did, and he just, dude, you're always taught no matter what, down, feet down, feet down, feet down. That would at least got us in Hail Mary range. Instead, we lost like 30, 40, we lost 30 yards.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put all the blame on not on Kellen Moore. I love Kellen Moore. Great offensive-minded coach. I'm going to put all the blame on McCarthy. McCarthy, what the heck are you thinking? It didn't work for the Colts. What are you doing?
No, it didn't.
So now Zeke's probably last play in a Cowboys uniform is going to be him getting demolished.
Yep. Yeah, I saw a lot of it on Twitter. A lot of people were comparing it to the annexation of Puerto Rico from the Little Giants.
Honestly, it gave me vibes of the little Pat McAfee play, the Griff Whalen play, and the Colts Patriots that Sunday night game.
Mm-hmm.
So going into this, let me tell you, Dallas has $5 million in cap space.
Oof.
Starkey, I'm going to read off the unrestricted free agents.
Y'all wouldn't be able to pay the concession workers with that.
Starkey, I want you to count how many you got. When I read them off, keep tally of how many people I'm reading off, okay? Anthony Brown. Noah Brown. Dante Fowler. Luke Gifford. C.J. Godwin. Jonathan Hankins. T.Y. Hilton. Brett Mayer. Connor McGovern. Jake McQuaid. Trayvon Mullen. Matt Overton. Jason Peters. Tony Pollard. Cooper Rush. We're not done yet. Dalton Schultz. Leighton Vander Esch. Carlos Watkins. And Donovan Wilson. I almost said Donovan Mitchell, sorry.
You wish Donovan Mitchell came to play for the Cowboys. You just brought up 19 names, sir.
We have 19 players who have played significant minutes for us this year. And we only have $5 million in cap space.
Yeah, that's not good.
They were saying even if
Wizard, but those numbers don't add up.
They were saying even if we cut Tony Pollard, we cut Zeke. Sorry, not Tony, but we cut Zeke. They said that would only give us $10 million in cap space. So we would only have we would have $15 million to sign a couple. So you got to bring back Dalton Schultz. You just franchised him. Tony Pollard's a must. Leighton Vander Esch, I'd love to bring him back. Jake McQuaid, gotta have Jake McQuaid back.
Oh, Jake McQuaid's an American hero.
Noah Brown, I'd love to have him back. Dante Fowler, love to have him back. Connor McGovern, love to have him back. But oh wait, we only have $5 million in cap space.
Let me ask you this: what if?
Oh, and Donovan Wilson's been been one of our star safeties this year. Go ahead.
What is Dak's current contract? And can it be reworked?
They already reworked some of it already, I believe, last year. And here's my thing, man. I like Dak. It's a 4-year, $160 million contract. He is under contract for 1 more year.
Okay. That's
sorry, 2 more years. 2 more years. Oh, wait, is it more than that? Yeah, he's under contract for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's tough, dude.
Yeah. It is
Yeah,
what it is. Mike McCarthy, dude, he should not be a head coach. I hate him with a passion.
There were rumors circulating today. Jones their media today that they were having a meeting with Mike McCarthy, but I don't believe that was actually the case.
Let me just read you this. Before his falling out with the Packers, he went to one Super Bowl with one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history.
Yep.
Grant, you have to make the argument Rodgers is up there. He's definitely in your top 7.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mike McCarthy's coaching record: 10-6, won the Super Bowl. Followed it up the next year: 15-1, 11-5, 8-7, 8-7-1. Sorry, 12-4, 10-6, 10-6, 7-9, and 4-7. He only went to the NFC Championship game with Aaron Rodgers at the Realm. Sorry, it's loading. Sorry.
Was it what? Twice?
1, 2 times. 2 times he went. I'm sorry, 3 times.
3 times. Okay.
He went the year they won the Super Bowl, 2014 and 2016. They lost to the Falcons, then they lost to the Seahawks. The Seahawks won. Remember, they had it won until the end.
That's right.
And then they had remember they had the botched extra point. Or not, it was the onside kick. Remember that guy tried to be the hero, but I can't think of his name. What was his name? Brandon Bostic. Yes, Brandon Bostic was the guy that tried to be the hero on that. Remember on that onside kick when all they had to do was let the ball go to Jordy Nelson in the back.
Yeah.
And Bostic literally went back, tried to jump up and catch it, and missed it and got destroyed.
Yep.
When you had one of the best wide receivers in the NFL right behind him. But yeah, he can't win with that. You can't win if you win one Super Bowl with Rodgers. How can you win with Dak? It's not possible. Let's neither here nor there. But our defense did amazing.
Yeah,
the goal was to make Purdy beat us, and anytime McCaffrey got the ball, we shut him down. Same with Debo. And God, I love Micah Parsons, best defensive player of all time. Let's do our picks real fast. Starting AFC Championship game, let's do it. Bengals Chiefs.
I was really, really hoping that this was going to be a shock, but it's not. Give me the Bengals.
Who they gonna beat them Bengals?
Give me the Bengals.
And then NFC, I'm taking the 49ers.
See, I think this one will actually be the better game of the weekend.
If we had a healthy Patty Mahomes, I think it'd be the AFC one. But with the fact you have Patty Mahomes dealing with a high ankle sprain,
yeah, that's the only reason the NFC Championship game is going to be a better overall game. I'm gonna say, give me. I don't know. My head says Philly. My heart says San Francisco.
Who are you picking?
Give me Philly.
Okay. So you are winning right now. You have a 4-game lead on me.
Yes.
In the predictions. You went undefeated wild card weekend, and you went 4-0 in this one. Granted, I made some big plays. I tried to make some steals, but hey, it's okay. Let's jump into NBA.
Let's do it.
Before we do that, I have a hot topic I'd like to discuss with you.
Okay.
Did I tell you this? No. I want your live reaction. Starkey. If properly trained, what animal would be the best in football to play with America? To play in the NFL. So you would substitute this animal as your 11th person in any position. Has to be a land animal. Cannot be a It cannot be like a whale or anything like that.
I'm going to say, I don't know why, but give me a chimpanzee.
Okay, you're going with a chimpanzee. Why?
I don't know. I'm completely biased. It's my favorite animal, but they are the ones closest to us. So I feel like they would probably be, I don't know.
You don't want to go with like its older brother, the gorilla?
I feel like the gorilla would be tougher, but chimps are faster.
Okay, I'll give you that. I thought you would say like a cheetah or a lion. Honestly,
See, I feel like those would have been two cliche answers.
I'm going with an elephant
Okay.
because one, it's got the tusk, it can throw it, it can catch. I've seen him at the zoo do stuff, and all I gotta do is hand the ball off to it, and it ain't fumbling it.
Yeah.
And it's the best lead blocker. You ain't taking that thing down. It's the best tight end you could ask for.
Best fullback for sure.
Yeah, you ain't tackling my elephant.
It's a good pick.
It's a great pick. Chimpanzee, my one issue with that is, what are you going to do like if Tyrann Mathieu, the honey badger, gets a hold of it? Or when Micah Parson is after it. The GOAT. I would say Aaron Donald, but he won't be back next year. Oof. Sorry.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's already announced he's coming back.
Change of heart, baby.
He's coming back. I don't know. I mean, I guess at that point, they can still walk on their feet and hands, wrap the ball up in their tail, and just let them rock.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. I like it. It's a good pick. So let's jump to the NBA. Before we do that, Starkey, another ad read. Are you ready? Actually, it's our first ad read and our only ad read.
Honestly, this is where I thought you were going before you gave me that hot topic. So
I thought we were going with the ad read?
Yeah, because you said before we get into this.
I like to keep you on your toes. Folks, you've been saying now for like almost 50 episodes now. But folks, Mitchell James supports the patio for home inspecting. For all your home inspecting needs, folks, use him whether you're buying or getting ready to sell your home. Folks, he is licensed in both Mississippi and Tennessee, and I have been told he will drive to you. Folks,
we have this confirmed.
I do have this confirmed. He is licensed, right. I think within reason, but he will go and help you and inspect your home, house, any business, anywhere like that. Like Starkey, if you want to get the church looked at, he can help you down there. You got to take him to Gator afterwards.
We could probably arrange that.
But folks, use him. We love him. Mitch is the guy. He needs all the help right now. He is the GOAT. He needs all the help he can right now. The Pistons are terrible right now. The Wolverines basketball sucks, and the Red Wings aren't that good this year.
Give our guy a break.
Give him a break, folks. His winter teams are breaking his heart. Call Mitch. Use code BDL for 15% off your first use. He has been busy lately, folks. He is very busy, so please call ahead. I'm not lying. He's actually, I think, doing homes every other weekend when he's not being a firefighter. So,
all right.
Yeah, no. None of it's from us, though, so we suck.
We're trying.
We are trying. We've been trying for like 40 episodes now. Gosh darn it.
Almost a year.
Hey, one day when we get it, I expect Mitch to throw a party for us. And if not, he takes us out to dinner with all that money he just made.
He treats us to Gator.
Ooh, I'm down. But let's jump into the show, folks. Starkey, we were at an all-time high last week.
Yes.
We were getting ready to play the Cavs, and that was a great game. It ended up being a tight game, a lot tighter than everybody wanted. But hey, guess what? We won. Josh said after the game, "I can't do these anymore."
Right.
He said, I hate these close games. But
yeah.
looking at it, my mindset is I love it. I want these tight games to show what kind of a team we have when the going gets tough.
Yeah.
So Friday night, I think
start.
everybody was super pumped. It was a primetime game, ESPN against the Lakers.
Yep.
Honestly, the story of that game isn't the fact we lost. We still tied the record. It's Shannon Sharpe being an idiot.
Yeah.
I hate you, Shannon Sharpe. So for those that don't know, but you probably do know, halftime, Shannon Sharpe started mouthing, and Dillion Brooks, being Dillion Brooks, said, I'm not taking any of that crap.
Exactly.
He started barking back, and I love it.
And then John Morant. And then
John Morant started, yeah. Yeah, I love how T. Morant gets involved in stuff. Well, I can't find the quote. Give me one sec. It was, and then, so Shannon Sharpe's there, and then Steven Adams comes out of nowhere with his hair down, and he's ready to fight.
When the Aquaman drops his hair, it's over with. Shannon Sharpe folded at that point.
And then you got all the little red shirts coming by, pushing the Grizzlies back. And then T. Morant comes in, T's barking. So at halftime, they interviewed Dave from I can't think of the guy's last name from ESPN, but he interviewed Shannon Sharpe and said they didn't want this smoke, Dave. They do all that talking, jockeying, and I ain't about all that jockeying. It started with Dillion Brooks. I said that he was too small to guard LeBron. He said, F me. I said, F you back. He started to come at me, and I said, you don't want none of these problems. I can't talk like Shannon, though. You don't want none of these problems. And then y'all come out of nowhere talking. He definitely didn't want these problems. Then his dad came. He obviously don't want no problems. But I wanted anything they had. Don't let these fools, don't let these fools fool you, So then Dillion Brooks responded back with, in street clothes, he was literally wearing jeans and a black white beater. A regular pedestrian like him should have been kicked off, should have been escorted out of the game.
We talked about it after the game the next morning. Had it been any other random fan, they would have been immediately ejected.
So
because of Shannon Sharpe, he got to stay.
So do you know what happened? Dude, my phone has never been blown up that much before in my life. I had everybody and their mother texting me at halftime saying, what the crap is going on? So Rob Fisher tweeted out a great thing. A little controversial. I love it. I'm here for it. He tweeted out an NBA warning card. You're given this if you violate the code of conduct. So it states, during NBA games, all players in the arena, every fan is required to comply with NBA fan codes of conduct. This is particularly important for fans like you with the seats in close proximity to where the play in the court is. Fans who act inappropriately will not be tolerated and may be subject to ejection from the arena and or reservation in the tickets. We encourage you to enjoy the game, cheer for your players in a respectable way. NBA league security. So if you get 2 of these, you're banned from NBA games for life. I have a buddy that got one. I'm pretty sure back during the Clipper rivalry, I almost got one because I was going raw. I was going hard at Lamar Odom. Like I was going bad at Lamar, really bad. But that's story enough for another day. Sorry, what'd you say? You cut out once there? What'd you say, Starkey?
Oh, I said, I hadn't heard that story.
So my whole thing is the Lakers don't want to do this. They don't want to score out of celebrity. And he's not really this. Granted, he's a Hall of Fame tight end, but in NBA world, he's a nobody. He was wearing a $3,000 cardigan.
Yeah.
He's literally taking all that off the game. Ended up losing that game. We should have won. That should have been W. We gave it away. Free throws, free throws, free throws.
It should have never gotten to this point, but Desmond Bain got fouled.
I think everybody and their mother agrees with that. Because you'll see this in a second, man. It's been the going thing lately is free throws, and it just pisses me off more that we lost to Dennis Schroeder beat us, and so John Morant so this is the most untypical Jonte ever. 9 of 29, nothing, and I'll get into this more and more. That's been the going thing in the past 3 losses we have right now in the losing streak. Mm-hmm. The 2 games he's played in, his normal shots aren't going down.
Yeah.
So remember this for me. Dillion Brooks took 17 shots that game. Ja took the most. Okay. And then Desmond Bane took the third most. Are you with me there?
Yep.
DB was 4 of 17. So what is one thing I said during the winning streak? What was one of the best things that's been happening?
Dillion has been better at finding his groove and not shooting so much.
Dillion has been in the 4-man spot of scoring. Okay? Dillon's been in that 4 range, as it should be. That's where he belongs. So he's number 2 that night. And that game, too, people are blaming BC for the game. Do not blame BC for that. BC had 20 and 10. Granted, he should have made his free throws. Ja would have made a couple shots here and there. They would have called that whistle on Desmond Bane's foul at the end. Never would have been there.
Right.
So let's jump to Sunday night, dude. I was at an all-time low. I was in a dark place Sunday night. Cowboys lost, and I was like, hey, man, we're a 9.5-point favorite over the Devin Bookerless Suns. Let's go.
Yeah.
Starkey, we were down by 29 at one point.
Yeah.
29.
It wasn't a game until, was it?
The fourth quarter.
Into the third quarter?
It was not a... It wasn't a game until we were down by 18 until Zaire hit the 90-footer.
Yeah.
Was that the buzzer? That was the buzzer beater, bank shot, 94-footer.
Okay.
So going to that, and here's the thing: they weren't freaking missing either. So right now, I was reading that opposing teams are shooting. I think it was 41% from 3 against us the past 3 games. Our 3-point defense is terrible. So a lot of people have been saying this too. Another reason why we look so sluggish, because I was watching this game, we had 0 energy. 0.
Yeah.
People said the reason why is because the night before the Grizzlies, apparently the team celebrated Dylan's birthday.
Horrible.
In Phoenix. Well, you celebrate as a team bonding, but gosh, stop it. I kept telling myself, if we can get within 15, if we can get the third quarter down within 15, because that's what I kept telling myself last year in the playoffs when we made that miraculous comeback against the Timberwolves. Mm-hmm. You get the fourth quarter, you get it within 10, 15, you're in the game.
Yep.
18 is a little tougher, but you get in 15, that's just 3 stops. 3 stops. You're down by 4.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're down by 6. Man. Z was it. Dillion Brooks was 4 of 11. John Morant was 9 of 17. Desmond Bane was 9 of 19. Bad thing is he was 0 of 6 from 3. 24 points. The biggest thing with that is it's his going to the basket now. It's become way better.
Right.
And honestly, our depth lineup was Zaire, Tyus, Sonny, BC, and Desmond Bane was our scary lineup. That was our best lineup for the night. Jaren's head was not, from what everyone was saying, was just not in it that night defensively. Granted, he opened the game literally within 5 seconds of getting his first block of the game. He only had 6 points. 2 of those came from 3-pointers. My thing is, you got to make sure 13 is plugged in every single night. If 13 is plugged in, you will win. Because hear me out. That during that whole fourth quarter, third quarter, Jaren didn't see the court.
Yeah, which I didn't even realize until you told me that after.
Jaren did not, and like you're like, why is like especially at the end, like why is your best defensive player not in the game? It just baffles me.
He only had 4 fouls.
Apparently, he was just not locked in, and I'm like, dude, this is the night Jaren should have had a field day.
Yeah,
because they were rolling out lineups of. This was their big man lineup. Jock Landale. Jock Dario Saric, and Bismack Biyombo. You mean to tell me Jaren couldn't have had like a 30 and 10 night that night? He should have had a 30 and 10 night. Should have had a 30 and 10 night.
Easy.
You got to get 13 plugged in. So one of the biggest things with this too is one thing I haven't mentioned it yet is John Conchard's minutes are going down and down. Remember, we were praising Giddey.
Down and down.
So Lakers, he only played 6 minutes. Saturday night, he played. Lakers, he played 9. Suns, he played 6. And then last night, I don't even want to talk about last night, but we have to.
Yeah, that was terrible.
So I knew that game. We were at 2. I checked it at lunch. We were 2.5 point underdog. I was like, okay, I'm not mad with that. Ja's not playing, and Steven Adams had his knee was a little bruised up. They wanted to rest back to back. That's fine. 3-game losing streak, dude. You got to get it together.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay. Is a chance you have a 3-game losing streak after going 11-0 for a streak, a period. You weren't even in that game.
No.
They made their first 10 3-pointers. They're the first team to go 10 of 10 in the field since 2019 Rockets.
That's crazy. That's absolutely insane.
Our defense is atrocious right now. It's our perimeter defense.
Yeah.
They were, and honestly, it's one of those nights, like I've said it before, I think this was just one of those nights, no matter what you did, they weren't going to miss. For the night, our best player shooting points-wise was Desmond Bane, 9 of 13, 3 of 4 from 3, and then Jaren was 7 of 18, 3 of 6 from 3. His 3 ball is starting to get more and more there, which leads me to great hopes. And before I say it, John Conchar played only 10 minutes that game. So John has fallen out of the rotation.
Yeah.
Zaire played 7 more minutes than him. David Roddy played more minutes than him. The Arabia played only 5 minutes, but that's half of what Giddey played. But man, they weren't missing. Trey Lyles was 6 of 8 from 3. Remember, this is Trey Lyles that everyone's like, hey, this could be the first big man to actually like do something, like, become the first like full stretch big man. Yeah, he wasn't it, but yeah, last night he showed it. They shot 55% from 3.
Yeah, that's hard to beat any team when they go 55 from 3.
Harrison Barnes was 6 of 9 from 3. Keegan Murray was 5 of 7 from 3. There was nothing you could do. And Sabonis had a triple-double.
Yeah, I didn't realize that about Sabonis until this morning.
It was a quiet triple-double, 14, 11, and 10.
Yeah.
Well, and it was the fact that you had Trey Lyles just annihilate us. I literally turned the game off. I was like, I'm going to bed. It was 47-33. At halftime, I was like, okay, hey, we're in this. Starkey, do you know how many points we scored in the fourth quarter?
No, it probably wasn't many.
It was 10.
Yeah.
They scored 33.
That's awful. That's just terrible.
If it's one thing I know with this Grizzlies team is and like this is the thing that scares me the most about going forward. When we're off, it's bad. And kind of one thing for the season is either we're blowing you out or we're getting blown out. It's never it's a close game. Very rarely this season it's been that. It's either, hey, we're winning by 10, 12, 13 or more, or we're losing by 10, 12, 13 or more.
Yeah.
It's never, hey, we're losing by like a one possession game. Which scares me way more.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing from this, and I'm gonna you're gonna play GM here again. Hopefully, you got some GM for us stuff. Good, Sharky's got GM stuff for us. Thank the good Lord. So we're 2 weeks away from trade deadline. We gotta make. I texted you and I texted the B team. I said we gotta make a trade. We need scoring off this consistent scoring off the bench. You don't have Z's still getting his feet from underneath him. And he's still finding his groove. He has the potential to be a starter sixth man, but he's 20 years old.
Right.
He's a long-term project. He's a project. He's still finding his groove. So I asked you. I said I gave you free realm. I don't even know what this is. Starkey, lead us off.
So speaking of long-term projects. One of whom just is not working for the Grizzlies. So with the first trade, I've got the Grizzlies trading Jake LaRavia.
Why do you hate him?
He's a bust, dude. He should not have been drafted.
You know, I'm gonna let you get. Let me say this one thing. We're getting back to it. We said the same thing about Santi.
Well, Santi was good in South Haven.
Jake's killing it in South Haven.
He's had like one good game in South Haven.
Stop it. Tell us your trade. I'm pulling up his G League stats. Stop it.
So the Grizzlies trade Jake LaRavia and their own 2024 first-round pick to the Pistons.
Is it going where I think it's going?
Saddiq Bey.
Saddiq Bey.
We get some shooting off the bench.
I mean, low key, you could move him to your starting lineup if you have to.
If you have to, yes. You made the comment off the air.
And he's under contract for 2 more years.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I love that. That's a great trade.
According to Fanspo, it would be an increase of 2 wins for the Grizz.
So I like that, Saddiq Bey. I know you said it earlier. You said it before. His shooting is going down. Like percentage-wise, has dropped that 2 or 3 points. But, dude, he's a 3-and-D guy.
Yeah.
He's under contract for, I think, 2 more years. For, I think, 3 years total left. This year and 2 more years after that. I love this. How much? Do you remember how much he's making?
2.9 million.
2.9, dude. Yes. I love this.
Because I believe he's still on his rookie contract.
Yeah, because right, they picked up both his stuff. Yes. So looking at it right now, he's under contract to 2025.
Okay, yeah.
And dude, yes, make that trade. By the way, and here's the thing: before I move on, LaRavia, man, he had a foot injury and then he got sick, so he lost all his mojo he was getting. Give him time. Remember, shoot or shoot. Hey, if we can get him wearing the headband again, headband and arm sleeve, like he did at Wake Forest, we'd be good.
Yeah,
he wears it with the hustle. I don't know why I don't wear it in the NBA. Go on, trade number two.
So, this one is a little bit more pipe dream. I don't think there's any chance of this happening, but I was looking for shooters and who had some of the highest 3-point percentage, and I came up with this fun one. Okay. The Grizzlies give up Danny Green, Zaire, Jake LaRavia.
Oh my gosh.
Our and 2 first-round picks, and 1 in
Oh my
23 and 1 in
gosh.
24.
Starkey.
Again, this is just a fun one. This one has no chance of ever happening.
Starkey. We're literally, I'm going to guess Kevin Durant.
To the Pacers for Buddy Hield.
Jesus. I love Buddy Hield, but good gosh, that's a lot.
It is a lot to give up, but with his contract, he's making $21.1 million a season for the next 2 years.
Hey, shout out to Buddy, dude. He getting the bag.
He did get a bag. So just for that, that's the reason I had to include so much to make the money work.
He's 30 years old. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I know we both have said this. We both want Buddy. He's shooting 42% from 3.
Yes.
On 9 attempts a game. Jesus.
Yeah.
I didn't know
he was the lights out of Indiana right now.
I mean, with them, yes and no rebuilding, I don't really know. They're kind of in this. Because we're all getting to this here in a second. They're in that awkward stage.
Yes, they are. They could go either way.
Because I know there's still talks about them trading Miles Turner, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. I mean, I would love that. What's the win differential on
that? Grizz +3.
So it's Danny Green, Z, Laravia, and 2 first?
Yep.
For just Buddy?
For just Buddy.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I like it. I mean, it's a great move. But do we want to pay a 6-man $21 million a year? How long is he under? You know how long he's under a contract for?
2 years.
So we get it for this year and next year, and that's it?
Yeah. It'd be a season and a half. Roughly.
So I like that. My one thing with that goes against the total Zach Kleinman mindset.
I know.
As of, we're not going to ruin the future on the Grizzlies for 1 year.
Yeah.
Unless it's like KD or something like that. But I love that. I think it'd be a great trade. But that is a pipe dream, and I love it. I don't know why tonight we're just getting rid of Jake. I'm not happy with you tonight. Like, this is starting to hurt my feelings. I love Jake.
Well,
let me guess. Trade 3 involves Jake Laravia too.
Yep.
Son of a gun.
You notice a pattern. You've noticed a pattern though. I've moved on from trading Dillion Brooks every trade to trading Jake Laravia.
What has Jake done to ever piss you off?
Not be the guy we thought he was coming out of Wake Forest.
He's a rookie.
Being a worse rookie than David Roddy.
Oh my gosh, Starkey, you're killing me. Oh my gosh.
All right, let me try to make it up to you a little bit, okay?
I don't know if you can.
I think I can. Trade number 3. The Grizz give up Danny Green and Jake Laravia to the Spurs.
Let me get wait. Can I take a guess here?
No, you cannot, because I don't want you to ruin it.
Ethan, you've crushed my dreams tonight. But who is it? Number 17. Dougie McBuckets. I wouldn't hate that trade. I like that one. What's the plus minus on that one?
That one's actually Grizz -1.
Oh, so we suck. Oh, because you're getting rid of McDermott. You're getting rid of old Jake.
Nah, that's because we'd be getting rid of the veteran world champion Danny Green.
Hey, 2-time or 3-time world champion.
That's what I'm saying.
He is shooting 42% from 3, averaging 20 minutes a game, 10 points a game. That's not a bad move.
The only reason I don't think either side would do it, but especially San Antonio, would be they're in our division, and there's no picks involved.
Well, right now they are no, but I think you could if you sprinkle a couple seconds in there. Because my thing is they're in total tank. They want Victor.
Yes, they do.
They will try. Jakob Poeltl will not be a Spurs in 2 weeks.
No.
So I have one guy. I've talked to you a little about him. It pays a little homage to me because he's from Arkansas, Little Rock. Isaiah Joe. That's one guy I would love to have. Just for the fact of, let me read you his numbers. So he's cheap. He's 6'3", 165. He can run point. He's a better shooter than he is point guard. He's kind of like a D-mount. He can run point if he has to.
Yeah.
Isaiah Joe. This year, Isaiah Joe is shooting 5 threes a game when he plays, making 45% of them.
It's not bad.
He's only playing maybe 14 and a half minutes a game.
What do you think? Oh, is it OKC?
OKC.
What do you think they would want for him?
Picks. It's OKC.
True.
I think you could sprinkle with them. Remember, they don't want veterans. Because I sent you something. Let me see if I can find it real fast the other day. And it was Isaiah. It was somebody tweeted out and said Isaiah Joe has the highest 3-point shooter average percentage ever this season among players attempting 10 threes a game per 36 minutes. He's just ahead of 2015, 2016 Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a guy you need. We need more shooting. When Desmond Bane is out,
yes,
your next best 3-point shooter is Tyus. And after that, it's Jaren.
Yeah.
And after that, I don't know.
After that, there's no telling.
Z, maybe Ja,
maybe,
depending on the time of day. But man, so the next we have a tough game tomorrow night. We have the Thunder, not the Thunder. We have the Warriors.
Yes,
that is a must win.
If for no other reason, it's because I don't want to hear anybody from Golden State chirp any more than they already do. Whether that's why
it hurts me to cheer for the 49ers this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't think about that aspect of it.
So we're already down 0-1 in the series. We still have to play them 2 more times after tomorrow. Tomorrow night, however, though, what is it, Starkey? Prime time. And trust me, they're going to be ready. Josh should be well rested. He'll have 3 days off. Steven Adams should be ready. And here's another thing, too, that I've been thinking about more and more is well, I don't know. I think we will, but then I think we won't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he is your veteran. He is shooting last year on catch and shoot threes, 41%.
Right.
On catch, and that's where Desmond Bane and Z thrive at. It's catch and shoot with Ja attacking the basket, kicking it out. So you keep that. I hope you have that same success. And he's that veteran leader on the team. He's the point of reason. He's a 3-time NBA champion.
Exactly.
Spurs, Raptors, Lakers. People listen to him. He knows what's up. He's played with some of the best players ever. He's played with Tim Duncan, Manu, Tony, LeBron, AD, Kawhi, Mark. He's played with some of the best players. Yes, I said Mark is an all-time best player. Little bias there. But if you look at it, I mean, he has knowledge. He's played with under some of the best coaches too. But I mean, you gotta. I think if you do make a trade, you definitely don't go for youth. I mean, you can, but I'm trying to get somebody that has more experience. You know what I mean? Because we had our first trade today. The Lakers. I think it was yesterday. Sorry.
Yeah, yesterday. Yes.
Yesterday. Sorry, I got my days confused. The Lakers traded Kendrick Nunn and two second rounder draft picks for Ryu Himachura.
Yeah.
He was drafted in the same draft as Ja. And the
Yes,
Wizards have already given up. They've already given up on him.
Yeah.
Because they did not exercise his 4th-year contract or his 5th year. They said, "Yeah, man, we ain't picking up those options."
No.
And that's because look at Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is playing amazing there.
Yeah.
And Kyle Kuzma has earned the right. He's going to probably walk out of his $13 million contract because Kyle Kuzma is going to get the bag this offseason. So they're trying to court that for Kyle, and they said, "Hey, let's try to get a little value where we can." I don't know if because I'm sure they're probably low with it. I don't know. Just do some buyers and sellers to some of the teams this year going to the trade deadline 2 weeks away. I don't think this helps the Lakers.
No, I don't think so either. I should have done a trade just to see what it would have done real quick, but
you're good. So Ryu Himachura, he is a 39% career shooter last year off catch and shoot. I don't know where he fits on this Laker team, though.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go through the standings real fast, and I want you to see. Let's do a quick run through of what teams should buy, sell, or stay put. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with the Eastern Conference. The Celtics, should they buy? And if they buy, that means they need to make a trade, stay put, and sell. You're bottoming out the team. Celtics.
Stay.
76ers.
I'm going to go stay for now.
I think if they're smart, they move Matisse Thybulle.
But do you think they would?
I don't know if you can get much value out of him. He is a defensive guy who literally the over-under every night is on him to take 3 shots a game.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that bad.
Dude, it's bad. And this is a guy like people are like when he was coming out of Washington, people were like, dude, this guy literally has one of the best three. He's going to be one of the best 3-and-D guys coming in the NBA. And his shot is just not there. Anyway, sorry. Going down a bad rabbit hole there. Sorry, folks. Sorry. Bucks.
Okay. The Bucks.
Stay.
The Bucks will end up staying.
I mean, you've been injury riddled all year. Middleton's going to get healthy at some point, and you'll be fine. The Nets. You don't have anything to trade.
No, you don't.
You have nothing.
You have to stay by default, even though KD is still not going to be back for another 2 weeks.
Stay. Cavs. Stay. For me to stay, you'll be fine. Dude, that's a team there I don't want to play in a 7-game series. The Heat. I think they'll make some moves.
I think they could too.
I think what they'll do is they'll move on from Kyle Lowry, like kind of what the rumors have been the past year. Yeah. And they'll try to add more shooting. Because defensively, they're freaking fun. They're amazing.
Right.
One person, I know we said his name before, but I don't want him because of his contract, is Duncan Robinson.
Yes.
I don't want that $96 million contract.
No, I want that as far away from Memphis as I can get it.
The Knicks. They are talking about trading your boy Cam Reddish.
Yeah, I think they still. I think they'll end up moving Reddish.
One guy who I would be interested in them moving, who I think does deserve a spotlight, is Obi Toppin.
Yes.
They draft.
He's been
Remember, this was
quiet.
This was the COVID year. Remember, he was the player of the year, all whole 9 yards.
Yep.
This year, he's averaging 6.5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. He's shooting 36% from 3 on 4 attempts a game. So that's not sexy numbers right there. But I mean, the guy he only plays 15 minutes a game, and you took him 8th overall.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm the Grizzlies, that's somebody I wouldn't take a flyer on. Maybe if you can get him for the right price. The Hawks, sell. I know I said last week. I've been reading more and more, and the Trae Young rumors they're looking for a suitor. And John Collins.
John Collins, yes. John Collins started that rotation a long time ago.
The Pacers. I think at first, before their 7-game losing streak, I was like, okay, these Pacers team, do whatever it takes, ride it out. But now I'm like, okay, you maybe should go ahead and get while the getting's good, because you have your star point guard. Yeah. Get him a young running mate. The Bulls, sell. This has been this is a one hit wonder. Lonzo can't stay healthy.
No.
DeMar's he's trying the best, but it just hasn't been a good defensive unit.
No. DeMar can only do so much by himself.
And LaVine,
Lonzo will ever be the same player again.
No, well, see, I'll say this for another day. The hype on Lonzo was too high, but man, it should have been. College Lonzo was a stud.
Oh, absolutely. College Lonzo was must see.
The Raptors, I think they're sell. I think Fred VanVleet will be on the move. Yeah. I wouldn't. I think it's just one of these years that you chalk it up and stay. If I'm them, I would just stay put. But I think they will make a couple trades.
Yeah.
I would just hold out. I mean, your future's right there. You got Pascal, OG, Fred VanVleet's great, and you got Precious Achiuwa and Bo Cruz. God dang it!
Right.
The next next team, real fast, folks. We're flying through these. The Wizards. They got rid of Ryu. I don't know who else they move on from.
They are wanting to build around Kuzma, even though I don't think Kuzma goes back.
I feel like he's one of those guys. He'll go where the money is.
Yeah. And since they
remember how it's set up is. All right, how it's set up is the team that your current team, that's the team that can offer you the most money. A guy I know you wouldn't mind, I know you loved him coming out of college, is Corey Kispert.
See, I would love to have Corey Kispert.
He's shooting 42% on 4 threes a game. Thing with Corey is
I saw my guy coming out of Gonzaga.
I saw him play last year against the Grizzlies, and I watched them a lot this year. Is he's not aggressive with the shots.
Right.
Dude, let it fly, gosh. Dude, let it fly. Next two teams is the Magic. The Magic. Sell, of course. Sell. But always. With them, the only guys they really have that would be Gary Harris, but he can't stay healthy. Gary Harris, RJ Hampton's a guy they're trying to get rid of. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Terrence Ross, that's his name. There's another guy I've been on the lookout for. The Hornets sell. Poor LaMelo.
Yeah. I mean, other than LaMelo, what do you have though?
PJ Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly Oubre. Yeah, man, when Kelly Oubre gets hot, man, dude, we've seen it firsthand so many times. When Kelly Oubre gets hot, gosh darn, dude, you can't stop him.
Yeah.
He was a Grizzly. He was a Grizzly for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
That we've already talked about that. But he was a Grizzly for like 10 minutes until I got the ESPN text saying, "Oh yeah, sorry."
Never mind.
But he's another guy. Scary Terry. Gordon Hayward's there, but
is in Charlotte.
Gordon Hayward's there, but I'm not touching that contract. And then we got the Pistons. The Pistons, and we've already talked about them. So
yeah, they're gonna sell.
Let's start our way down again. Right now the Grizzlies. Let's start Nuggets. Sorry, we're 2 games behind them now. Nuggets, they'll stay put.
Nuggets will stay.
Grizzlies. And this is your honest opinion. The last in-season trade we made was back in 2020 when we traded Solomon Hill and Jay Crowder, Bossman 99, to the Miami Heat, and we ended up getting I forgot who the other trade partner was, but we ended up getting Justice Winslow back, which
was a mistake.
Worst experiment ever, and Gorgie Dang. So I don't know if you heard this story. I listen to Chris Furniture every day. Whenever we play Justice Winslow, they always tell the same story. Because what Devin does every day for the guys, he takes a highlight show. He'll like do IG stories of them doing their pregame stuff. He said for Justice Winslow, it would take him like 10 shots. And it would take Devin 10 tries to get a clip of Justice Winslow making a shot.
That's horrible.
And remember, this is on air, and these NBA guys, we've all watched them, got there early to watch stuff. Dude, they're automatic.
Yeah.
I remember, like, in 2011, I went to a pregame one. Like, I was sitting there, we got there early, and we were watching the Mike Dunleavy Jr. warm up for the Pacers. That guy was 20 of 20 from 3. He was just drilling them. I was like, who is this white guy? I looked up, I was like, Mike Dunleavy Jr. I was like, yeah, watch him. I was like, holy crap. He didn't in the game, he was but dude, holy crap. Grizzlies, so what do we do, Starkey? Sorry, got on the story.
I think we buy.
You think okay? I think we do too. I'm curious to what though, but I think we do buy. Kings.
I say stay.
I think they buy.
But they've had such a good year. I think they buy. I think they buy and get.
I think they buy to get a defensive guy off the bench.
Yeah.
Pelicans, I think they hold. Because
they're waiting on Zion to come back.
They're waiting on Zion. Brandon Ingram's been hurt. CJ McCollum's been hurt. They've had an injury-riddled season, and they're 26 and 21.
Yeah.
Next team is the Mavericks. I think they sell.
I'm gonna say buy.
Well, I mean, I think that buy sell kind of. I think they make trades. Put it that way.
Yeah,
but my thing is, so the reason why I have it as a sell is they have no assets. Their next first round pick is a 2027 that they can trade because they've already traded theirs away for Porzingis to get rid of Porzingis. They've given up so many picks. And they have no... Oh, and they traded some for Christian Woods, who they've... Apparently now there's rumors they're going to be getting rid of him here shortly.
Yeah.
If they can't agree to a contract extension.
Yeah, I read that too.
I mean, we have a guy at work that literally worships the ground and Luka walks on, but, like, he has nobody. I mean, and it's them. They've made terrible move after terrible move. The next team is the Clippers. I think they hold. You're literally just waiting on PG and Kawhi to get fully healthy.
Yeah.
There's rumors they're talking about trading John Wall, but that's really nothing.
That won't move the needle.
The Suns are next. I saw them make news today. Apparently, they're trying to go after Fred VanVleet. I'm like, crap.
I can see the Suns being buyers.
Oh, they're buying. I think they will only go after the right piece. And they get Fred VanVleet, watch out with that Devin Booker. Okay, this is where we start getting interesting here, okay?
Okay.
Jazz. Currently the 8th seed. They are currently ahead of the Timberwolves, Warriors, Thunder, and Lakers are the next teams literally within striking distance that can do something, that can catch them. Do you hold it out, try to make that playoff run? Because remember, you have the Timberwolves' future.
Given what they did in the offseason, I think Utah sells.
With that being said, I've been seeing more reports that Mike Conley is linked to going all over the place.
Yep.
He's linked going. I know Miami wants him. I think Dallas wants him as well. Teams are wanting him left and right, on which I think we both agree we would love to see Mike get a shot at a ring.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
And you got Malik Beasley, who I know we all want.
Mm-hmm.
If the price,
I read on Hoops rumors, multiple contenders are after Beasley.
Everybody, but here's the thing, that's what scares me, because I saw something last week. I sent it to some people, and it was the Grizzlies' ideal trade is Tillman, Danny Green, and a first-round draft pick for Malik Beasley. I was like, dude, go, sell, call. I was like,
if you're climbing, you do that yesterday.
But now what you just said, like, and I've seen that too. You ain't getting him for that cheap.
No.
Granted, they still have the mindset tank for Victor, but dude, they have their face of the franchise with the Finland, Lauri Markkanen. They have their franchise player. Lauri Markkanen is a stud, and he's only 25 years old. I just don't know. Like, I think you do. I don't know, Starkey. I'm intrigued. This is probably the most intriguing one of them all.
I can get by that.
I think they sell. I think they end up there. I think they kind of buy into that long run, kind of like the Grizzlies. Hey, we're in it for the long haul. They have a great future ahead of them. We have the picks, we have the cap space. Let's make moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because imagine a starting lineup of Lauri Markkanen, Victor, and Cody Kessler, or Walker Kessler. Holy crap. That's 3 7-footers. Again,
yeah,
with Lauri Markkanen. Next team, Timberwolves. I would say sell, but you don't have any. The only person I think they're even talking about getting rid of is D-Russ.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell. But other than that, you have no assets. You gave them all away in the Rudy Gobert trade.
Yeah, I think they have to stay.
And nobody's going to touch Cat or Rudy Gobert's thing, because I think you can't trade Cat till this offseason with his contract stipulations, from what I've read. So, I mean, but either way, you're not going to get anything near in return for what you got, for what you did for Rudy Gobert.
Right.
The next team is the Warriors at 10. The only thing I've seen them do is be linked to trading. They're apparently looking for suitors for James Wiseman. They have said, I was reading something today. They said he needs more time to develop, and they don't want to. They don't have the minutes for him to develop.
Which is crazy, because he's your 5 of the future, and they're just trying to squeeze as much time with Steph and Clay and Draymond left that they can get. But
I mean, watching him play, he does look out of sorts here and there, but playing, he doesn't fit their style of play. He doesn't, from what I'm seeing, he doesn't fit their style of play. But because he's not a passer, he's a scorer in some ways. And he has your traditional big man vibes, but he can shoot the 3. And that year of his rookie year, when he was playing out of position there, and then he was hurt all last year. I think you will see a team like the Magic, maybe, or some small like team like maybe Utah make a trade for him, or I pray not, because that'd be Beasley for Wiseman in a first rounder. That, oh my gosh, I'd lose my mind.
Watch that be
That's
the
the only
thing.
person I've been linked to seeing the Warriors trade. The Thunder, I think they stay.
Yeah,
They got nothing. They got nothing but young players. Let it ride. Lakers,
they're
unless
behind.
unless they're willing to part with their 27 first round draft pick, they ain't got nothing to trade.
I think LeBron knows. LeBron's fed up. Jenny Buss knows it. Rob Pelinka knows it. And the past few weeks, he's been more and more outspoken about wanting and needing help. I think they make a splash by the trade deadline.
I think Russ will be moved
outside of Rui Hachimura.
I think Russ will be moved. I don't know to who. I think I've been reading more. He'll get trades like the Hornets, and he'll just be for like PJ Washington and a Scary Terry. And Washington, sorry, I don't know if I said Washington, but he'll get moved, and then they'll cut him.
Yeah,
buy him out. And then you got the Trailblazers. I think they'll sell.
Yeah, they've down year this year that they haven't lived up to expectations.
No, I mean the expectations for them were maybe a 7 seed. It's just I feel bad for Dame. He's been loyal to them. He's put it all out there in the city. But
yeah,
that draft pick besides Anthony Simmons one, and they just haven't made any splash signings. The Jeremy Grant signing was a good one on the offseason, but all your offense really has is Dame and Anthony. The 4 and 5 is what kills them every night. The next two, we both agree on them is sell. I'm going to say it already. The Spurs and Rockets.
Yeah.
Look for a Jakob to get traded. Look for Dougie McBuckets to get traded. Look for Eric. It's just amazing with Eric Gordon still in Houston.
Yeah, I figured he would have been gone.
I don't think anybody wants this. Let me look up his contract real fast before we end the show.
I think it's 20 mil, something along those lines.
So, I totally forgot he's been in the league since 2008.
I knew it'd been a while.
Right, because I remember now he was part of the Chris Paul trade. He's been with Houston for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is his 7th year in Houston.
Now that's hard to believe.
Let me see if I can find his. I think you are right on this contract. I mean, that's one guy I wouldn't mind getting, but you know what I mean? It's what do you have to give up for a 34-year-old?
Yeah, because I know last year, close to the deadline, he was linked to the Grizzlies quite a bit, but obviously nothing ever happened with it.
So he signed. You're right. He signed a 4-year contract. He's making $20 million this year and $21 million next year. I don't want to give a 34-year-old man that much money.
No.
So it'll be interesting to see what the Grizzlies do. I think the trade line, you're going to see a lot of big. I think you'll see about some big names. A lot of moves be happening. And the best thing about NBA trade line is, unlike the NFL, people actually make trades.
Yeah.
Splash trades. I still remember All-Star Weekend of them literally walking up to Boogie going, "Hey, Boogie, you just got traded." He's like, "What?" Like, yeah, you got traded to from Sacramento to New Orleans. He's like, "What?" Dude, low key, that was actually a great pairing.
Yeah, it was.
I think that's one of those underrated pairings that nobody will ever talk about. Because I think it only lasts like a year and a half because Boogie got hurt.
Yeah, it was a super short tenure for sure.
Let me see. How long was he in? He was in New Orleans for 2 years. Or a year and a half, sorry. He played 17 games, 16-17. And then he played 48 games, 17-18. What was it? He was traded with Omar Caspi, former Grizzly great. In exchange for Tyreek, Buddy Hield, Langston Galloway, and a first and a second round draft pick. What did he do? Didn't he? Oh yeah, he tore his Achilles the next year. Because that's right. That his first year is when they made that. Did he get hurt? I think he did get hurt that first year. Sorry, folks. I'm so sorry. I think he did get hurt his first year with them. I'm sorry, I'm reading.
I know. I can't remember.
Because I remember I could have sworn he was playing with him in the playoffs. Oh, that's right. They missed the playoffs that year. But then the next year he helped them, but then he got hurt because they lost to the Warriors in the playoffs. Yeah. And now I remember. I think he tore his playoffs in when he tear his Achilles. Sorry, folks. I'm terrible. I should be ending the show.
Oh, it's all good.
He tore it on the last day of that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he never made it to the postseason with the Pelicans. He tore the first year they were the 10th seed because they made the trade too late and they were a dominant pairing. And then the next year they were doing great and he ended up tearing his Achilles at the end of January. Folks, a little longer show than normal, but hey, we appreciate you for staying to the end. Starkey, we didn't get a chance to do our segment. We'll push it to next week. Any closing remarks?
Nothing I can think of. Good show tonight.
Hey, great show to you, buddy.
Who day, y'all?
Keep playing the GM.
Oh, we'll do it.
We'll do it. Folks, that's going to do us here tonight. Be safe out there. We'll see you back better than ever next week.
Go Grizz.
Go Grizz. Screw the Warriors. Bye, everyone.